Hello and welcome to episode number 92 on the Online Trainers Podcast. Today's topic is the small things lead to the big things. Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers Podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Lynn Trin. The small things lead to the big things. Now, this is so common in our everyday lives. You know, when you're training your clients, you know that the small habits and basically consistency is going to get them results. Like, clients get results from doing all the small things, by making sure that they wake up on time, by making sure that they've got all their habits in play, that they've got their nutrition on point, that they're surrounding themselves with the right people. It's the small habits over time that leads up to the big results that we want in our lives, in our body. And why I love this so much is that for so long, I love that the health and fitness industry, you know, there's trainers out there who know how to get themselves into shape and who know the principles that apply to getting into shape, but when applying that to their business, they become lost. And so there's a saying that says how you do one thing is how you do everything, and that's true, but unfortunately most people don't know how to apply one thing they do in one area of their life to other areas of their life. So there's a disconnect there. And it's the same pattern that if you want to get into shape, if you're training a client and you have to get them into shape, it's about adopting the mindset. It's about making them show up and being consistent. It's about having a look at their results at the end of the week. And if they're not losing any weight, if nothing happened, then you're changing something. Okay, but it's the same thing literally that applies inside business. But unfortunately, for most personal trainers, they don't apply the same skills that they've learned to get people into shape to their own business. And what I mean by this is, if some things aren't working, trainers very rarely at the end of the week reassess how many leads, how many sales, and how they've grown their business. And if their business has grown, very rarely assess the situation for them to make the tweaks. And if you're not assessing the situation, how do you know what tweaks to make? There is such a common ground between getting somebody into shape or getting yourself into shape and growing your business. It's the small things. We all know that the quick fixes don't work. And if you're a personal trainer, you're there looking for more leads to make more money right now. But if you're a trainer looking for more leads right now, you're essentially a client that wants to lose 5 kilos this week. And you know those type of clients that you say, oh, you can, but it's going to be drastic and yada yada. It's like, if you get 5 clients this week, 5 new clients to sign on this week, it's drastic, and you have to make sure that you've got the fundamentals and the foundations to support those new 5 clients so that you can keep that as your baseline so that you can scale and you can grow. But here's the thing, most trainers don't focus on the small things. They want those big things and they want them to come fast. And then they ask themselves the questions, look, why do my clients want that? And the whole reasons why your clients want that is because you want that in your business. But the only thing is, you've seen it inside the fitness space and body recomposition, getting to shape. And you know, because you know the right way to get in shape. And here's the thing, you don't know the right way to grow your business. And I'm telling you this right now, there's a lot of times it's the small things that are holding you back, and it's the small actions that you're not doing on a day-to-day basis that's stopping you from growing. Now, let me give you an example of the small things that are holding you back. If I had to ask you a question, hey, how heavy is half a cup of water? The answer would be, it doesn't matter how heavy it is, it matters for how long you're holding that half a glass of water. Because over time, initially, the glass of water is very light. But if you're going to stand there and hold it for 5 minutes, it's completely a different game changer than holding it for 30 seconds. And then holding it for an hour is completely different response in your body than holding it on for 5 minutes. And then holding it for 24 hours is a completely different response. Now, it's not just a physical response. The physical pain is going to lead to emotional pain, and your mindset's going to hurt. You know how much you'll be screaming inside of your head when it gets to 10 hours and then you're waiting for 11 hours and 12 hours holding that glass of water? And so what I'm trying to say here is that this is like a lot of the baggage that you're holding on to. A lot of the times in 2014, 2015, when I was trying to grow my online personal training business, I was worried about getting clients. And I spent 6 to 7 hours a day on the phone trying to sell. And I became so good at selling. But oh boy, did I miss out on the core fundamental of business growth, and that is to get clients results. You see, I spend a lot of my time selling over the phone, but in actual fact, I miss the essence to keep my business growing, and that was to get outstanding results. Because you know what? I had no time to get results. I didn't have the energy. I could not show up at my full 100% to get my clients results, to motivate them, to coach them, to be there for them when they needed me. I could only be there 10%, 25%, and only give them 25% of my energy, and I thought that was good enough. Because at the end of the day, I was focusing on the wrong metrics. And in time, this built up negative small things that were holding me back. It was building up small things that was holding me back from growing my business, because at the end of the day, I didn't feel good. And I thought, okay, if I'm not feeling good, how can I sell now if I don't feel good about the product that I'm selling? Because deep down, I knew that I wasn't getting clients' results. And deep down, I knew clients were dropping off. And this is the reality for most personal trainers inside this field, because we're not taught how the psychological impact of basically a person starting out completely new, who has not invested the time, not invested the money into a gym membership, and not invested in personal training. They've simply just signed up for a call, and now they're being sold into a program because we hit enough of their pain points. And I'm going to be first to raise my hand to put that up, because I followed in the wrong footsteps of the wrong mentors, and I followed the wrong paths. Because in all honesty, the mentors can only show you where they've been. Mentors can't show you any other place. They can teach you fluff, or they can show you places where they've been. And for most of them, for most coaches, what I realized was that most of them just knew how to market and get leads and make sales. They were very good at that. They weren't very good at running a business. They weren't very good at fulfilling. And so inside of my space, I created a lot of small problems. I created a lot of small little chips on my shoulder that was subconsciously holding me back. And I didn't realize this, right? And over time, when you wear it for a day, when you wear it for a month, when you wear it for 6 months, it holds you down, especially when you have more than one. And for me, I had to get honest. I had to get really honest in order to rid myself of those small chips on my shoulder. And the truth is, here's the good news, guys. The good news is that you can get rid of these. And the good news is that you can get rid of these by being completely transparent and completely honest, and knowing that if you do get rid of this, you can start a completely fresh year next year. One of the biggest things that are holding most personal trainers back is that their ability to be vulnerable, their ability to express themselves, their ability to share, their ability to say that they've made mistakes. And yet it is inside of this ability to go, I've made a mistake. Do you become more respected? And people respect you even more because they know they can't do that themselves. So in order to get rid of my own small shoulder chips, I had to go, hey, this is what we did 6 months ago. This is where I was at. I know we didn't get the results you were after, and I'm deeply apologetic for that. Moving forward, I want you to know that if there's anything I can do to help you, I'd love to help you out. So I sent that to the clients that weren't getting the results. I sent that to anybody that I felt that was keeping me back emotionally, who was going to attach their emotional baggage onto me that was preventing me from moving forward. And in knowing myself now, I always live with this one thing, that if someone pays me to do something, I have to over deliver. If someone gives me something, I have to give them twice as much back. And ever since I've made that shift, it's completely changed the game for me. Okay, so those are the small things that are holding you back, but there are some of the small things that you're not doing that are stopping you from moving forward. And these things are consistently having a ritual to get yourself into a good state. Okay, making sure that you focus on generating leads, making sales, fulfilling and over delivering. These are the things that you have to do every single day to grow your business. No one talks about this, but I want to be able to tell you that if you're going to really propel yourself into 2017, you have to be aware of the things that are holding you back, and you have to be aware of the things that you need to do to move you forward. So with that being said, I really hope this helps you. And the one task I'm going to give you today is going to be the most out of these 90 odd podcast shows that I've done. Episodes, daily talks, whatever you want to call them. Today's topic is going to be either you win the game of 2017 or you let it own you. And the way you do that is you get completely honest with yourself and you go, hey, who have I hurt in the past? Who have I not delivered on that I told them I would deliver on? And go out there and clear the air. And when you do clear the air, you find so much peace in it. When you're able to clear the air, you find so much peace, you find so much space, and you find that everything's clear. And I know it can be absolutely brutal, and I know it can be embarrassing, I know it can be scary, but remember, the longer you hold on to it, the heavier this shoulder, this cup of water gets. And you have to ask yourself, is it time today to actually go out and right all the wrongs that you've done? And I can tell you right now, and I'm not saying this to be above you or to say that I'm enlightened or anything. I'm coming from a place of being an enlightened monk. I don't do that. The purpose of this is for me to help you get clear so that in 2017, you can actually grow your business and you can go, you know what? I know that I deliver. I know I'm a person that delivers. I've made some mistakes, and in owning up to my mistakes, this is who I am today. And this is why this is a game of mindset, because a lot of the times you're holding yourself back and you don't even know it. So your one task for today, to go out to 5 people who you may or may not have fulfilled on, who you may have or may not have let down in any way, shape or form, and really let them know that you're sorry and that you're ready to move on, and that if there's anything you can do to rectify the mistakes in the past, then you're happy to do so. because I can tell you, once you get this, once you actually understand this concept, and once you feel free from all the tangles in the past, you can explode, you can grow. All right, so have a fantastic day, and make sure that you're keeping yourself accountable. Send this to your accountability buddy. Make sure that you're both accountable and that you're both growing together. All right, I'll see you on tomorrow's podcast episode, and we're going straight through to Christmas, because you know what? At the end of the day, if you're unhappy with your life, now's the time not to be resting. Now's the time to be pushing. Push harder, finish 2016 strong. I'll talk to you soon. Alright, if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes, and feel free to leave a review, and that way I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favor and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks, and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients, and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.